Hey guys, it's Ashley here. It's a bright early morning. We're at AMIClubwear Studios and I'm fresh-faced. I have not 1 ounce of makeup on and I'm going to show you how I do it. I actually went to cosmetology school. I'm sure you know I like to brag about it all the time. But I thought, these girls kind of want to know our secrets. Cassandra looks gorgeous. Megan is always doing hers. So I thought I'd give you a little bit of my secret. I actually know a little tip for you that will actually get your whole face, just kind of like a more enhanced, vibrant you. So, how do I do it? Well, I'm going to tell you. It's foundation contouring. It's actually where you take your face, you kind of decide what type of face structure you have, and then you go about making it more ideal. My face shape is oval, so if you're familiar with face types, then you know that there are the 4 main basic types: oval, round, square, and heart. So if you have those types, you're actually going to want to create the ideal type, which would be oval. Now, I already have an oval face. I got kind of lucky, but if you're maybe heart-shaped or, round, you can still make it work. You're going to want to try to fulfill it to where you have an oval face. So I'm going to show you how to do that today. So the first step is identifying your face type, and the second step is going to be actually mapping your face. And you're going to be like, what? Mapping? But it's actually really easy. You just want to identify which areas you want to shade or highlight. Now, the areas that you're going to want to highlight are going to be the areas that you want to accentuate. So girls that have like higher cheekbones and that heart shape, you're going to want to actually highlight your chin area to make that more like prevalent. You want that area of your face where you're a little bit deficient to kind of come forward and make it appear larger than it really is. And same for the other girls, round face. You're going to want to make it more of an oval by shading your jawline so that it creates more of like a pointed chin. And for squares, you're going to want to do the same, actually highlighting your jawbone and as well as the top of your face. So what we're going to do for me today is actually work for the oval shape, which, we don't need to do much shading, but you can go ahead and, map your face out. I'm going to use 2 different colors. That's how you're going to get to, do highlight and shade with foundation. You're going to want to use 2 different foundations. Now, I use Makeup Forever. It is really great on camera. It's high definition. And it's a little heavy for everyday wear, so I wouldn't recommend this, going to the beach. But I use the color 128 and 125, so you're going to want to go a shade or 2 in difference. So actually what I use for helping me to map is my palm of my hand is kind of my palette. You're going to want to be an artist today and use that palette by, a little pump here on the top of your hand. And then another pump in the same area, just a little bit further spaced out. So what we have here, you can't really see that well, but we just have our hand mapped out with, our lighter shade here and our darker shade. And you're going to want to go and just, prep your face, get it washed, get it clean, maybe use a mattifier underneath like I did. And we're going to just take a little bit. I like to start with the light shade just because I know, those are the important areas. So I think, for my oval face, I like to accentuate my cheekbones. So I just go ahead and apply this here to my cheekbone area. That's an area that I'm going to highlight. And I also like to highlight my nose. So I'm going to put it on the top of my nose. And also on maybe just above the eyebrows. Okay, so looks a little crazy. Looks like, you're part of an Indian clan or, like playing football or something. But those are the areas that I'm going to want to highlight on my face. And the areas that I'm going to want to, shade are going to be like the outsides of my nose and maybe my chin, because that's the area that is a little pointy on me. I'm oval. Maybe I'll, do a more youthful round look. And I always recommend doing the darker shade also under your chin because it brings out your face and gives you a heavier jawline. So actually, if you're a girl that has, you know, kind of a double chin, you know, this will give you the illusion that you have a jawline. And if you actually have a really, you know, thin face, you might want to do a little bit lighter. That way it's not such a hard jawline. And I always like to do under my cheek just to accentuate that, shade it darker, and then highlight here. So now we're just mapping our face. Voila, we look crazy. But we're gonna blend it in. So I'm just gonna kind of differentiate. I use, you know, one finger for dark and one finger for light. And, you know, any neutral areas, you can just blend them too. Like your forehead, like my forehead, I usually just do with the color that's the two blended together. And go ahead and blend it all in. You can use a brush, or you can use a foundation brush. They have those too. Your finger works just as well. I mean, as long as your hands are clean. So I just went through and blended my face in. We went through and mapped, and now we're done with our blending. And we have a glow about us. That's what our foundation does. And I actually have the spaces that I have on my face highlighted, and those are for my oval face. The cheekbones, you know, you want to bring those out, brings your eyes out. So I have highlighter here, and also a little bit on my chin and the top of my nose. And then I have the shading on the outside of my nose and also on the inners of my cheeks here. So for all you other girls, you know, heart-shaped, round, you know, whatever shape you have, you know, just accentuate by highlighting and shade by, you know, those areas that you don't want as visible. So now that we're done with that, we're gonna go through and use our high definition concealer. Now I use my concealer after foundation because I really want to highlight my eyes. So I just take my little wand here and I just apply it under my eye, you know, just right underneath there. You can use a Q-tip if you're doing it the sanitary way, but I'm the only one that uses this, so let's go ahead and put that right under my eye. Finished with that. And to just go through and just dab. It helps if you look up, you know, see if there's some angels up there. And just tap, tap, tap. This is a really delicate eye area, so you don't want to be getting wrinkles soon. No one wants that. So just go ahead and tap, tap, tap. Blend it into the rest of your concealer here. And for the other eye. And this is also, I like to do a really light shade, like almost 3 shades lighter than my usual color, because I really want that area to be highlighted and look fresh. So just go ahead. You can even go on the top of your lid here and create, you know, a base for your eye colors. And there we go. Maybe in your brow bone. There you go. And we are all set. So that is our last step for our face contouring. We have highlighted, we have shaded, we have put some concealer on there, and you are looking great. I hope that this is very informative for you. And you can go ahead and finish off with, you know, some translucent powder, maybe a pressed powder if you need a little bit more coverage. And then, you know, do also some more shading with your bronzers. And you can highlight those cheeks even more with some blush, but however you choose to do it, I'm sure you'll look great. Thanks so much for watching. See you later.